Jason, a social worker, is evaluating a client's decision-making process. The client demonstrates a clear progression in their moral reasoning. Initially, their decisions were driven by personal rewards and punishments, but now they are focused on adhering to societal rules and principles of justice. Jason wants to understand the theoretical framework that explains this evolution in moral reasoning and behavior. Which theoretical approach best explains the client's progression from self-centered decision-making to a focus on societal norms and ethical principles? A. Freud's psychosexual development theory. B. Piaget's cognitive development theory. C. Vygotsky's social development theory. D. Kohlberg's theory of moral development. D. Kohlberg's theory of moral development. Kohlberg's theory of moral development focuses on how individuals progress through different stages of moral reasoning. According to this theory, people move from a pre-conventional level, where decisions are based on personal consequences, to a conventional level, where they adhere to societal rules and expectations, and finally to a post-conventional level, where they make decisions based on abstract principles of justice. Freud's psychosexual development theory focuses on childhood stages related to pleasure and conflict rather than moral reasoning. Piaget's cognitive development theory addresses cognitive growth and problem-solving but does not specifically outline moral reasoning stages. Vygotsky's social development theory focuses on social interaction and cultural influences on cognitive development rather than moral reasoning stages. Linda, a 45-year-old woman, has recently been diagnosed with early-onset Alzheimer's disease. She is struggling with memory loss and changes in cognitive functioning. Her social worker is trying to understand how these changes might impact her behavior and interactions. Which theoretical framework best explains the cognitive changes and their impact on Linda's behavior? A. Attachment theory. B. Erikson's psychosocial development theory. C. Cognitive development theory. D. Biopsychosocial model. D. Biopsychosocial model. The biopsychosocial model integrates biological, psychological, and social factors in understanding human behavior and development. It is particularly useful in assessing how Alzheimer's disease impacts Linda's cognitive functions and behavior, considering the interplay of biological changes, psychological effects, and social influences. Attachment theory focuses on the bond between individuals, primarily in early development, and doesn't specifically address cognitive impairments or their broader impacts. Erikson's psychosocial development theory, although it deals with psychosocial stages, it doesn't directly address the impact of cognitive diseases like Alzheimer's. Cognitive development theory primarily concerns the stages of cognitive development in children, not the changes due to diseases like Alzheimer's in adults. Carlos, a 12-year-old boy, is exhibiting aggressive behavior at school. His teacher suspects that his home environment might be influencing his behavior. The social worker needs to assess the influence of family dynamics on Carlos's behavior. Which theoretical perspective focuses on understanding how family interactions and dynamics influence individual behavior? A. Behavioral theory. B. Ecological systems theory. C. Humanistic theory. D. Social learning theory. B. Ecological systems theory. Ecological systems theory examines how different layers of an individual's environment, including family dynamics, impact their behavior and development. It is well suited for analyzing how Carlos's home environment might be influencing his aggressive behavior at school. Behavioral theory focuses on observable behaviors and the reinforcement or punishment that influences them, rather than broader environmental systems. Humanistic theory emphasizes personal growth and self-actualization, which does not specifically address family dynamics or behavior. Social learning theory, while it does consider the influence of others on behavior, it focuses more on modeling and imitation rather than the broader environmental context. Emily, a 30-year-old woman, is struggling with her identity and self-concept as she transitions from adolescence to adulthood. She is seeking support to better understand this developmental stage. Which developmental theory would best help Emily understand the psychosocial challenges she is facing during this transition? A. Erikson's psychosocial development theory. B. Piaget's cognitive development theory. C. Freud's psychosexual development theory. D. Maslow's hierarchy of needs. A. Erikson's psychosocial development theory. Erikson's psychosocial development theory addresses the psychosocial challenges and identity formation that occur during various life stages, including the transition from adolescence to adulthood. Piaget's cognitive development theory focuses on cognitive development stages in children and does not directly address adult psychosocial challenges. Freud's psychosexual development theory concentrates on childhood psychosexual stages and does not cover adult identity issues. Maslow's hierarchy of needs, while relevant to overall development, it does not specifically address the psychosocial challenges of transitioning into adulthood. Jasmine, a 5-year-old girl, is learning to control her impulses and follow rules at school. Her teacher wants to understand the typical developmental milestones for this age. Which stage of cognitive development theory describes Jasmine's current developmental focus? A. Pre-operational stage. B. Concrete operational stage. C. Formal operational stage. D. Sensoromotor stage. A. Pre-operational stage. In the pre-operational stage, children learn to control impulses, follow rules, and engage in symbolic play. This stage typically includes ages 2 to 7, making it appropriate for Jasmine's developmental focus. Concrete operational stage involves logical thinking and understanding of concrete concepts, usually from ages 7 to 11. Formal operational stage focuses on abstract thinking and problem solving, starting around age 12. Sensoromotor stage covers early development from birth to about age 2, focusing on sensory and motor interactions, not impulse control or rule following. Ravi, a 50-year-old man, is dealing with cultural adjustments as he moves from his native country to a new country for work. He is experiencing challenges related to acculturation and integration. Which concept best describes the process of adapting to a new culture while maintaining aspects of one's original culture? A. Assimilation. B. Inculturation. C. Acculturation. D. Integration. C. Acculturation. Acculturation involves adapting to a new culture while maintaining elements of one's original culture. It reflects Ravi's experience of integrating into a new cultural environment while preserving aspects of his native culture. Assimilation implies fully adopting the new culture and potentially losing aspects of the original culture, which does not fit Ravi's situation. Inculturation refers to the process of learning one's original culture, not adapting to a new one. Integration, while related to adapting to new cultures, it is more general and does not specifically capture the process of maintaining elements of the original culture. Jason, a 40-year-old man, has been experiencing significant stress due to increasing demands and pressures at his job. He has reported difficulty in managing his work responsibilities while also trying to maintain a healthy personal life. His relationships with family and friends are being impacted, and he is feeling overwhelmed by the imbalance between his professional and personal commitments. Which theoretical model best explains how Jason's stress from work might influence his overall well-being, considering both his work environment and personal life? A. Transactional model of stress. B. Attachment theory. C. Social learning theory. D. Person in environment model. A. Transactional model of stress. The transactional model of stress, developed by Richard Lazarus and Susan Folkman, focuses on how individuals perceive and respond to stressors. This model emphasizes the interaction between an individual's appraisal of stressors and their coping mechanisms, making it highly relevant to understanding how Jason's work-related stress might affect his overall well-being. It takes into account how stress is experienced as a transaction between the person and their environment, which directly relates to Jason's difficulties in balancing his personal and professional life. Attachment theory primarily addresses the impact of early relationships on emotional development and does not specifically focus on the transactional process of stress and coping. Social learning theory focuses on learning behaviors through observation and imitation but does not directly address the interplay between stress and well-being. Person in environment model, while it considers the interaction between individuals and their environments, it is more comprehensive and does not specifically target the mechanisms of stress and coping like the transactional model of stress does. Lisa, a 22-year-old college student, is experiencing significant stress as she nears the end of her undergraduate studies and prepares to enter the workforce. She feels uncertain about her career path, struggles with self-confidence, and is questioning her personal values and goals. Lisa is seeking guidance to help her navigate these critical developmental tasks and better understand her identity and future aspirations. Given Lisa's situation, which theoretical framework would be most effective in helping her explore and address the identity-related challenges and developmental tasks she is facing during this transitional period? A. Erikson's psychosocial development theory. B. Marcia's identity status theory. C. Freud's psychosexual development theory. D. Vygotsky's sociocultural theory. B. Marcia's identity status theory. Marcia's identity status theory is specifically designed to address the process of identity formation during young adulthood. It provides a framework for understanding different statuses of identity development, including exploration and commitment, which are crucial for Lisa as she navigates her transition from college to the workforce. This theory will help her to better understand her identity development, career aspirations, and personal values. Erikson's psychosocial development theory, while relevant to identity development, Marcia's theory provides a more focused framework on identity status specifically for young adults. Freud's psychosexual development theory focuses on childhood stages of psychosexual development and does not directly address the identity formation challenges in young adulthood. Vygotsky's sociocultural theory emphasizes social interaction and cultural influences on cognitive development but does not specifically address identity formation in the context of transitioning to adulthood. Sophia, a 28-year-old woman, has recently been diagnosed with bipolar disorder. She is seeking help to manage her symptoms and understand how her condition affects her daily life. Her social worker is considering the best approach to help Sophia understand and manage her condition comprehensively. Which approach would be most suitable for understanding how Sophia's condition interacts with her daily life and how to support her effectively? A. Humanistic approach. B. Cognitive behavioral approach. C. Behavioral approach. D. Attachment theory. B. Cognitive behavioral approach. The cognitive behavioral approach is effective in helping individuals manage mental health conditions like bipolar disorder by focusing on identifying and changing negative thought patterns and behaviors. This approach provides practical strategies for managing symptoms and improving daily functioning. Humanistic approach focuses on personal growth and self-actualization, which may not address the specific cognitive and behavioral strategies needed for managing bipolar disorder. Behavioral approach concentrates on modifying observable behaviors but may not fully address the cognitive aspects of bipolar disorder. Attachment theory primarily addresses relationships and bonding rather than the specific cognitive and behavioral interventions for bipolar disorder. Olivia, a 55-year-old woman, recently lost her spouse after 30 years of marriage. Since the loss, she has been grappling with feelings of loneliness and depression. Olivia reports that she no longer feels connected to her community and is struggling to find purpose and social engagement in her life. Given these circumstances, which aspect of human development is most relevant to understanding Olivia's current situation and providing appropriate support? A. Late adulthood development. B. Adolescent development. C. Middle adulthood development. D. Early adulthood development. A. Late adulthood development. Late adulthood development is most relevant to Olivia's situation as it focuses on the challenges and transitions individuals face in their later years, including dealing with loss, social isolation, and adjusting to changes in social roles and personal identity. The issues Olivia is experiencing, social isolation and depression following the loss of a spouse, are common in late adulthood and require a focus on this developmental stage to address her needs effectively. Adolescent development. This stage involves the transition from childhood to adulthood, focusing on identity formation and peer relationships, which are not relevant to Olivia's experiences in late adulthood. Middle adulthood development. Although this stage covers issues related to life transitions and identity, Olivia's current challenges are more specific to late adulthood, particularly concerning loss and social isolation. Early adulthood development. This stage involves establishing intimate relationships and career development. Olivia's issues are centered around the loss of a spouse and social isolation, which are more characteristic of later life stages.
I trust this video has proven to be informative in enhancing your comprehension of social work license exam questions. If you're interested in expanding your studies, I assure you a captivating and enlightening 90-minute study session where we'll analyze questions and explore real-world applications. Come and join me for an amazing learning experience. Enroll today and gain access to an amazing chance to receive my exclusive ebook with 70 social work practice questions or my comprehensive online practice exam with 150 social work questions. And that's not all. As a bonus, you will also receive my highly sought-after Strategies for Success activity ebook at no cost. This amazing bundle is crafted to empower you on your learning journey and guarantee your ongoing success. Don't pass up on this opportunity. Enroll today. Visit my website, gilbertmbell.com, and find the sign-up link in the description below. Alternatively, you could text the word study to 347-683-7923. I am excited to study alongside you and assist you in reaching your full potential as a social worker. Thank you once more for tuning in.